Blues that can pull off a lot, and here we go into the pistol round. Bad News Bears, Axolotls, map 1 of this best of 3 series here on Mirage and ESL Challenger League. Spongy on the CT side. The rest of the Bad News Bears tapping awaits an A retake set up here from the Bears. The bomb goes down. Pluto out towards jungle trying to take some fights. A flash for a shake could facilitate an opener. The flash will not work at all. It's Jumanji and Consti to pop a couple of heads. Momo comes back with a big 2K, but Consti returns him. You highlighted him on the pre-show, and now he comes up big into this 2v2. Kit is down towards CT spawn. Tender and Consti stuck in CT. It's not planted for him either. It's a 10-second hold. It's just a tap, actually, trying to bait out the players. And Swan will capitalize. Now going to hold and trust that Pluto has his back. Glock out for Tender. Glock has one. Glock sprays and misses, but the time, it's too far gone. Axolotls are going to win the pistol by virtue of bomb detonation. And there you go. Loosey-goosey, sneaky-peeky-like. A retake does not work.
How do they do it? How do they pull through like that? We saw that it came right down to it too, and he just spammed a bit too quickly. But either way, I mean, Axolotls, they just win that on the skin of their teeth. But either way, that's what we talked about. Now they're gonna have the money. Now they can invest, you know, some SMGs, or they can even invest some rifles. So that's the biggest thing. And this is gonna be a test. Do we see B&B put a bit of money in the board, or do they want to go for a full save and just kind of wait for round number 3?
The Bears did get 4 kills. Theoretically, a force spy is not going to be a bad situation for him. So I'm expecting the force. Yeah, Swan's gone for the M4A1. We've seen Swan have some great rifle rounds. Even though he's the opper for the team, he's solid on the rifle. So we could expect Swan to do some good work here on the rifles. Bear with us, folks, as the HUD decided it just wanted to wig out. We'll get that fixed as soon as we can. But, yeah.
So just to be clear, it's not a 15-6 game. In case people are wondering. Hey, there we go. Hey, we fixed it. We're good. We're back.
We're back, but Swan's gone, so that's a problem. Bad News Bears lose their rifle for 1. That's not enough, Laz. And Momo, he needs 2 here. He needs to stand tall, dancing around the pillar. We'll spray down a second, staying alive for just a little bit longer, buying time. The bomb cannot go down just yet. Polo will open it up, but Pluto here on site, trying to make a problem out of the Shakes coming in the back lines. Misses the second spray, but on 1 HP. Polo has it all to do. Cannot put it through the gates. And Spongy will pick up the last kill. Do the finisher. And that's going to be a force spy victory for the Bad News Bears. That come out of it with only 1 rifle, though. There's potential for more. Just couldn't get their hands on the secondary. Spongy only with the deagle still. That's a bit of a problem.
That's so big. I mean, the thing is, too, like, you got to look at Momo. Like, we talked a little bit about him in the pre-show, but, man, the fact that he's able to get that MP9, put the double kills to work, and just shut that down from Axolotls, that just won them the round. And the fact that he could stay alive that long. Like, he didn't just over-aggress, he didn't over-peak, he stayed alive, waited for the rotate in. That made it just much more dire here for Axolotls. And now you can see, Polo's the only player that's going to invest a Glio for this. And it's still MP9s with double rifles from B&B. And again, the money is kind of just all over the place. The economy game is definitely a big question mark right now. But there you go. Spongy's able to get a nice little bit of a swing. It's the assist from Swan. Beautifully done. The nade does a little bit of a tap. Consi. Oh, no harm, no foul.
And Momo does get the jump spot, but hopefully he doesn't call for the full reinforcement, seeing as the bomb is still back towards TV room, back apps. And Axolotls don't have to go towards the B side. They can go A, they can go mid. They still do have L lurking around towards chair. More like just taking a seat right now, waiting for somebody to walk up cat. But there's opportunities, there's options here for Axolotls, and Polo out through Palace is going to try and open those up a little bit more. Spongy still close ramp, but he does not have somebody watching his Palace. Swan is otherwise engaged over towards connector, but in comes the push. Swan's been tagged. Consti could have gotten the spam, does not know the player's just around. Polo's looking, he's headhunting, he's spraying away, but not doing any damage. The hit has to come through now, and Elk up through Khan, destroys Shake Zula. Spongy could get timinged here, will do the timing instead, flicks around at the right moment. He gets flashed back, retreats into the smoke, the bomb at his feet. Polo 1 for 1, and there it goes. Bad News Bears, 2 in a row here, and the Galil picked up for Swan, so he does get an upgrade over the FAMAS. We'll toss that over to Shake, and might even go for the op here. Definitely can go for the op, actually. And Axolotls will be on stock pistols here. They lost 2 in a row, so they will be on the save.
Okay, so can we just talk about Spongie's timing? Like how crazy that was? That was like literally a millisecond. He looks away, then he looks back, looks away. As he's looking away, they're about to swing, and then he gets a flick of the wrist and a double kill. I don't know how he got away with that. All other players would have had trouble, but now Swan, he's having a little bit of issues. He's getting stuck, but Pluto's going to be able to help him out. And now look at Swan. He's still aggressing for this. He's still trying to contest. He's still trying to fight this. This is just very unorthodox here from B&B. A little bit of a mixture setup, I would say, Boggs. And now
I like it.
I'm kind of digging it. Yeah, I'm not against it. A nice shot from Tender. Oh, a beautiful double kill from Tender. That's already great. So now he's making this ground meat looking a little bit more lean.
Oh yeah, this went from like 75-25 to 90-10 right now. And man, this is starting to look decent for Axolotls. There's potential here to make a mean burger out of this one. Try and collect the bomb, bring this back. And Consti with the rifle. Do some serious damage. Ooh, Jumanji gets caught off guard. That makes things a lot more difficult, and the Axolotls are split. One towards back apps, now retreating all the way through T-spawn. The other up close and personal towards connector. They do get the drop on Spongy, though. There's only one player here to defend the A side. That is Spongy, but he's a great anchor for the Bears. You'd expect him to do well in these sorts of situations. It's going to come down to timing, though. Does he hold the line for Consti? Does he look back towards side? Doesn't even matter. Double dink comes in from Consti. And now the bomb can go down unless the cross gets caught. Surely Tender just goes for a safe plant back default, right? Surely he doesn't swing, especially now that Consti's fallen. Bomb plant coming through. Should not be a round victory for Tender, although Momo is one-shot headshot territory. Runs him down with the MP9 at range anyways. The Bad News Bears will pick up another round, but the cost is immense. Laz, they lose 3 players against that kind of a buy, and Tender got 2 of those kills with nothing but a P250.
Yeah, this is just a big money grabber round from Axolotls. I mean, not only does Tender get the double kill, then you get the bomb plant. So for them, they weren't looking for too much. There wasn't invested as much. Like you said, B&B, they lost a ton of investment. Yes, the op can still be into play. I mean, Pluto has 6,700. But again, like, these are just costs that should not be happening this quickly in the game. And this is what we talked about. Axolotls kind of, again, just playing very loose, a little bit, you know, different than normal, and B&B have to be prepared for everything at this moment. And we are going to see the match is going to get paused, so now both teams kind of figure these things out. And I would imagine B&B, they need to have a quick talk right now because things are getting a little bit too tight for me.
Tech pause coming in here now. Things are not all roses on the server. We're going to see if things go well. It's Axolotls calling the pause, so something wrong in the Axolotls camp. Things should get resolved here swiftly. There we go. Swan's picked up his op. There will be no big green to counter from the looks of things here. Tender is not yet bought. Could go for an op, but
probably doesn't make sense too. Yeah, like I almost think it makes more sense just for the full utility in the rifle.
Agreed.
Especially the way that these rounds are going, right? I mean, they're doing so much work already. Keep the offer at plan B, maybe. Wow, look at this. Consti's already pushed up in the middle. He's already practically in connector. Ooh, a good nade from Momo. That's going to be decent. It does a little bit of damage. Down to 58. Now, Axolotls, look at this, Boggs. They've changed their pace. They're actually going to be able to swarm up towards Cat. And I think that's Momo that's just holding the line here still. So I don't know if he noticed this player crossed.
Did he spot Con Guy?
I don't know if he has. Oh, we found one. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's collapsing. It was a good early pace from Axolotls, but it was countered really well by the Bad News Bears. They read it well, Momo not being really worried at all, playing with confidence, and Pluto not going to overswing, does not want to give Consti a free window back into the round, as it is still a 5v3, a round which Bad News Bears should not be thrown away here. They should be able to keep this one nice and clean. Consti now working in. Good flash from a teammate. Pluto, though, takes the initiative, swings out, goes for the crouch swing under the crosshair, sprays down the low HP player. Polo and Tender now working their way out towards A. Tender just hoping he can get a tap shot. Momo very low, should not be peeking too much, should let his higher HP teammates go for the fights like Poludo there, just wide swinging out on a Polo too, taking the Pugger wide swing out right now and just working that to his advantage. Axolotls getting caught off guard, and we thought Axolotls would be the one playing loosey-goosey. Bad News Bears are giving it to him too, playing nice and flexible.
Yeah, this firepower is looking a lot better from B&B, something different than what we haven't seen before. But Axolotls, this round, we just saw in round number 5, this was a round of just pure individual work. We didn't really see a lot of the control that happens from the teammates from Axolotls. I mean, they all just try to put matters into their own hands, and it just collapses. But B&B respond. They don't lose a single player. Momo gets taken on pretty low, but at least he's able to preserve himself. And now the money's starting to grow a little bit here too. But a 4-1 lead, and now you're seeing Axolotls, they're sitting kind of in that, I don't want to call it a sweet spot, the unfortunate spot where you're kind of sitting around the 3,000s. Do you go for the hero AKs or not? It is going to be Tender. He's going to be the one that locks things in, and Deagle's across to work around him.
Yeah, I'd say instead of hitting like the sweet spot, it's more like hitting a tennis ball with the rim of your racket. Yeah, it might go over the net and land in, but chances are it's not going to be pretty. Spongy going way too aggressive, though, against the meager buy. Gives a free kill back over a free trade. And a potential rifle picked up for Axolotls to work with, too. And we've seen Axolotls be dangerous in these kind of situations, Les.
Oh, man. Especially with those Deagles. Mm-hmm. Oh, filthy. Just
now, filthy. I almost wish Tender had a P250 instead of an AK.
I agree. I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, you know, Tender is pretty nasty with that P250. Oh, Shake, look at this. He's just aggressing. He's still pushing forward. He gets punished for it. But a good trade back right away. But, man, we talked about loosey-goosey, like you said. But B&B, I don't know. They're just like, let's just do something different.
Yeah, against guns, it's got a more likely chance of working because it's just the confidence factor. When you have nothing to lose, you can kind of win rounds like that. And you're also not exactly going to be playing as normally as you would otherwise if you're on the Deagles, the hero AK. Swan dashing around looking for those kills. But Bad News Bears peeking without any utility support. It's not going to work against the Axolotls. They've been able to win some serious aim duels. Pluto has been on a tear, though. Consti picks up the AK and picks up a death as he peeks right into Pluto. Could have secured the plant at the very least, or at least tried to. Instead, just stat pads for Pluto as he hits another headshot in the round. 108 ADR for young Pluto. Solid start so far, but the Bears, I hope the Bears are actually the one calling this timeout. It's Axolotls calling the timeout, but the Bears can definitely use it because they are playing too aggressive, too loose for their own good right now. Now, if they were playing with the flashes behind them, with the utility combos up middle, like that last round, Shake just dry peeking up towards Spigot, there's no need for that. Have your teammate throw a flash, the very least. Give yourself the advantage here, instead of just peeking into a defending position.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, the fact that now Axolotls have called 2 timeouts in this first half. We're only in round 7. Like, let's take that as a no, right? Like, they're calling all...
One's attack. Or tech, I mean.
Okay, well, one was attack, one was attack. Either way, timeouts are happening. I'm going to go back to it, because, I mean, 2 of them, it's saying something a little bit, but you know what? We'll have to see what they do a little bit differently. Consti now has the AWP ready to go, so that's what we talked about before. The op wasn't going to play. This is the first time we've seen it. And Consti just in the back of B halls to see what he can find. Waiting things out back to a default. Double players underpass. B&B now have slowed it down. Shake just going for the jump spot. He might be able to find this. I don't know if he spotted this, but Elk just takes him out. I was just going to say, Elk, he might be able to put the horns in, and he finally does.
That's a nice strike there from Elk, and Shake once again, getting a little aggressive, getting a little antsy, and giving an opening pick to the Axolotls this time around, who have left the bomb and spawn, too. They don't really want to make a move early on. They want to get a lot of control, some early picks, and then take the site. It's good classic default play for pick strategy. And against the aggressive Bad News Bears side they're facing right now, it's the perfect counter. It's the perfect call. And we'll see if the Axolotls can actually bust in onto the B side, because Momo's playing very aggressive in towards apartments. Does not want to give any ground over to Axolotls. Pushes in and gets caught clearing around. Pluto has to hold down the line. Now Swan's come through as well, and he's hit one through the wall. The jail smoke will allow Pluto to get a free kill as Swan's doing a little more damage here. Looking for more. Pluto sprays away, but gets countered back with Jumanji. 2v2, but Swan's closing the gap in time. Is getting lower. Consti, however, takes out the Opera on the other side, and Spongy now left in a 1v2. Being watched for some empty pillar. No, it's a default plant. But he's trying to fake out a cat play, I guess.
I like it. I like it.
He made way too much nose for it to work, though. He's running all the way back in. He knew it. He did not even get baited at all. And Axolotls win their first gun round. And what was the cause, Les? For regression by B&B.
Yeah, that's kind of been the tail of the tape so far for B&B. And again, the reason for Momo, he doesn't need to push that. Like, there's just no reason. I mean, yeah, it's getting a little bit of map control. Sure, we'll call it that. But in that kind of timing, it's just so risky, and the reward is just not there. But you got to look at it Consti, too. I mean, he actually put that off to work. The fact that he's able to get one of the entries through smoke, like while he's dropping out of there, whew, okay, all right. I'm all for it. The execute's coming in. Fully A exec's now going to happen here from Axolotls. One player going to be in mid, but Pluto, he's going to be sending him back to outer space. Apollo's down. And now they're going to be able to get into the site, but they haven't made the bomb cross yet. It's finally made its way in. And the double stack coming in jungle. Spongy might be able to find this player.
We're gonna fall off of it and go for the retake. The Momo caught with the utility out in hand. It does a little bit to Jumanji, who's stuck in the open and taken down by Pluto. Consti, good flick, but now turns this to a 2v3 instead of a 2v4 as his player up in Palace as well. Tender tapping away. Swan should be on the angle, though. They're all looking out towards ramp, though. Tender tagged down now. Being watched for a little bit more. Consti trying to exchange blows with Swan. Finally wins it on the second chance. And Tender walking out, silent but deadly. There's a stick, but Shake pushes forward. Had a flash from Pluto to help him on the first, just peeks out for the second. And Bad News Bears strike right back. Another costly round, though. These have not been clean for the Bad News Bears. Their economy is still not great. And considering it's still 6-2, Axolotls, at the very least, made this one a lot closer than the scoreline would actually project.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, because I was going to say, like, even though this is 6-2, Axolotls are bringing these right down to the wire. Like, these situations are pretty much turning into 2v2s, like a 3v2 maybe. So, Axolotls are just not able to cross the finish line yet, but still lots of time left, only round 9. Off back into play, was able to be picked up from Shake. Back to a slow default, underpass will go. And now double players here from B&B going to push towards connector, so they're switching up the game plan once more, Boggs, and they kind of got that double connector, double B, leaving just Spongy by himself at the A site. So a different composition than we've seen before.
They're mixing things up. They're trying to get Axolotls caught out, and Shake now starting to heat up. That's his 3rd in 2 rounds. Drops the nade in. That'll do a little bit more. Just Polo takes the damage from that as Elk pushes up forward through connector. Swan keeping an eye on both ramp and Con. That smoke, though, going to isolate him. Gives a bit of a one-way to the Axolotls, too, and Consti as the smoke fades. Gets a big kill into Pluto. Elk swings out, but Spongy and Swan return it nicely. Swan still on top of Ticket Booth. Punches Elk out of this one. And Momo with the last coming in through Rat Hole. Strikes behind onto Consti. That's a good, clean victory, relatively speaking, for the Bad News Bears. Axolotls now back in that little rim of the racket situation, going for the half buy. We'll see if it's a net scraper, if this one works, or if it's just gonna fail. Not even crossover. But wait, Jumanji just bought full bot AK armor. That's probably a misbuy.
I think that might have been a misbuy. Oh, they're just gonna swarm out of this palace.
I like it.
I like it. There's a little bit of a waterfall. Ooh, Jumanji comes up big. He's getting that opener. Tender able to find one back. Now Shake, a little bit of a whiff. He's not able to get anything. Now the bomb's planted, so part 1 of the mission is accomplished here for Axolotls. It's just down to 3 remaining here for the B&B. Versus 5, and that op still in the hands now of Consti. Oh, some good nade work that comes in against Tender, but in this kind of a situation, they might not even go for this, Boggs. I mean, they still have a bit of utility, but look at their money. It's not worth it if they lose these guns in this kind of position now.
Momo shouldn't even take the re-aggression after getting dinked there. Just need to save the gun. Spongy and Swan will be able to rebuy rifles. Even though their loss bonus... Actually, wait, the loss bonus? It's going to be tight. MP9 maybe for Spongy for utility. Yeah. Swan can get a rifle. Swan can get an M4A1. But Spongy's going to be on like an MP9 or a shotgun. Maybe a FAMAS if they want to sacrifice the utility. But you gotta save your guns there. You have to make sure you can buy up. Because the worst thing you can do right now if you're Bad News Bears is get reset after losing 1 round.
Oh, can you imagine? It'd just be the worst situation right now for B&B. But I mean, the fact that, like, look at Spongy. He has to focus on a FAMAS now. So there's no op here in play for Swan. It's Consti that's holding it, but look at how much damage he's taking. Oh, that flame, it actually connected on his feet too, so now he's down to 13. The nade brought him down to 37, and then there's that little bit of fire. A little bit hot on the heels, and now Elk's going to see what he can do. A nice Molotov inside his sight. Double players underneath. They might be able to find this. They give up their positioning. The flash is good, but it's not enough. Elk's able to find this kill. Looking for a little bit more, but they might expect one more. Shake's just underneath. He might be able to get this timing. He's just going to let these players cross on through. And the bomb's going to get planted now. They have control of this situation. And he's still just sitting there.
He's still sitting there. Is he? I think he's waiting for the flank.
Look,
That's a nice pop. Yeah, and there's the flank. He actually takes care of the man on ramp. Shake might just bring the Bad News Bears back into it. Pluto will strike on the tender. Smoke out towards Palace. One in Con, one in Palace. And they have to be very wary of Connector. Polo will strike onto Pluto. Shake walking out has to clutch up now. The in-game leader's got to put the team in the backpack. Smoke onto the bomb. But the time is too far gone. Shake just dashes in towards Son. And Polo's going to go on the hunt. Wants to take the gun away from the Bad News Bears. Will he manage it? Yes, he will. Nice pickup there for Polo. Great round for the Axolotls. 2 in a row, and the Bad News Bears will be on a half by. Some light upgraded pistols here, maybe a mid-death ball. Something gimmicky to try and get around, but the Axolotls should have 5 on the board, and we'll be closing the gap. Still a chance to win out this half and actually get the advantage going to half number 2 as well on their map pick.
It all just came down to Shake just sitting there. He just baited Spongy, and Spongy did it on purpose. He's like, bait me, just pretend you're not here. And the fact that, Axolotls still don't clear it, why would they? Why would they expect double players? It came so close, but now B&B do have to save this. They're on the pistols. Like you said, an opportunity to bring this through. Tender's able to get one. A nice comeback here from Elk as well. So this should be a bit of a cleanup. B&B just looking to see if they can pick up any guns, but I think it's a quick check out here at the market, and now it's a 5th round we get here from Axolotls, and very quick and swift fashion as well, Boggs.
It's a swift 5th, as Shake will just kind of delay the inevitable, maybe just hunt for an exit or 2 here. Not going to overextend too much, doesn't need to. Just can pick up a gun if he's lucky. Maybe one small kill as a fear of victory. Nothing. Flawless round for Axolotls, and that's how you play against a half-buy. There you go.
Well, the good thing is that Swan does have 5,700, so he can get the op, still can get himself some armor and a bit of utility too. So that's a bit of a hindsight here for B&B, but a very important round. We're on round number 13, so like you said, an opportunity for B&B to pick up as many rounds as they can on the CT side. This is the pick for Axolotls, and for B&B, this is a heavy CT-sided map for them, historically as a roster. Their T side has been, I don't want to say abysmal, but we're going to call it something close to that.
Not that
Now
hot.
the execute's coming in. It's not good. It's not hot. It's the opposite of hot. It's a little cold. Oh, there we go. Swan, beautiful shot with Spongy. Look at that. He's just hiding and patiently finds the 2. Shake able to find another. And that is a quick little sweep up. And the op will be retrieved in the round, or the half now, is in favor for B&B.
But there's plenty of money here for Axolotls to buy up at least one more time. 2 rounds to go in the half, and they will go all in here. Op dropped for Consti. Swan will counter with his own big green. Rifles across the board, plenty of utility. A bomb plant should facilitate a strong buy. Actually, never mind. 2,400 loss for Axolotls. Things could get a little rough for them if they lose this round. A boost up into ladder room, actually. Shake just chilling in towards snipers. Pluto going down the ladder and maybe even taking a peek onto Con. Elk should be wary of this, though, creeping back up towards chair. Yep, he's ready for it. Pluto getting chased away. Has to fall back. Elk re-smoking in towards the nest. They're actually smoking in towards underpass or some sort of, maybe a shallow con smoke. For Cat, that's probably the more likely occasion there. Oh, Elk's got Swan. That's a big pick. That's a huge pick.
He's getting a little nervous too. I thought he wasn't even going to be able to get that kill. But he does. I'm going to split up B&B R2. Shake now going to pick up the op. He's no stranger to it. But he has to get this shot. Oh, what is going on? And he finally finds it. Oh, patience is definitely a virtue. Spongy able to find one. But now it's a 3-3. Back to an even situation. Never mind. It's going to be Axolotls now looking for more. But Momo, he's able to reply back. 40 seconds remaining. The bomb, though, it's going to retreat this plan. They got a free sight at B, but the rotate's coming in. Momo, he knows that they could come here, so now he's got the best positioning. Look at this. He's already in the site. He can shut this down.
Consti might have heard him, though. He's going to be expecting somebody on the side. He misses the shot, though, and that's Momo now, bringing this to a 2v1. Jumanji has to clutch up. 18 seconds on the clock, 1 to find. They should be expecting this play towards B. Now they have to know Momo's just trying to buy time, and he'll just do one better with the headshot. 9 to 5 now in favor of the Bad News Bears. And, man, no bomb plant means, well, it's not as bad as it could have been for Axolotls. It's still not great. Their utility will be... Actually, Consti got dropped something, surely. Mac 10 for tender for utility. Consti will get dropped the op there. Little late, which could put a bit of a spanner in the works here for Axolotls, but a classic A setup being prepped here for them. Lots, all 5 actually, over towards A. The smokes will be raining out onto the side, surely, and they're just going to use a Mac 10 to drop onto the side, and Tender, he just eats a nade. They're just going to bust out here now. Shake's got 1 blind, make it 2 as he gets a double spray through the smoke here, trying to stop the plant, looking for another. Spongy keeping his eye up on top of stairs, making sure he's got his vertical. Consti will return that smoke shot, though, and it's a 4v3 retake onto the A side. If Bad News Bears get this half 10 to 5, this would be huge, but Pluto has to trade out Spongy. Lots of damage done. Jumanji, the last one standing. Jumanji has 1 more. Low HP Pluto, up for Momo, only down to Pluto. Nade will finish it. Bad News Bears will grab a 10th here. Axolotls slide to only 5 on their map pick. And we'll hit that break as we head into map number 2 here in just a moment with Bad News Bears up by 5. In the final week of group stage. We're sliding back into Mirage here. Bad News Bears took 10 rounds on the CT side away from Axolotls on the map pick of the Axolotls here. A must-win game for the Bad News Bears. Joining me tonight is Laz and Jacob Halfman on production. Yeah, this pistol round. It's a pretty critical one for the Axolotls, and Pluto just hits a nasty one-tap. Doesn't get the kill, but it's a dink. Consti and Elk, though, still on site, not getting overwhelmed. Swan and Spongy finally make their play out of Palace and start to kick the Axolotls off of the A site. Bomb going down to this 2v2. And this kill towards CT is critical. Jumanji versus Swan. Swan's got to be careful now as he's looking back towards ramp for a flank, expecting somebody from the back lines. Polo clearing up. Jumanji's got the timing. Jumanji will not get the timing now. Misses the shots, but Polo comes out to save the day. All down to Spongy to clutch up. Taking damage and taking more than he's delivering. Now forced back into firebox, buying time, but there's a kill for Jumanji. They're lining up! But he cannot get the kills. Both pistol rounds will go the way of the Axolotls. Bomb plant means it's forced by Shirley. Bad News Bears will buy up here and try and punish the Axolotls.
Yeah, we've seen this situation before. I mean, Axolotls picking up 2 pistols in a row, but now the bomb getting planted, and the fact that we see B&B taking down 3 of the members could allow that extra money, but they are just going to Tech 9. A Galil with a Mac 10 too. Okay, so they mix it up a bit. Now they're just going to fully aggress towards this A, so it might just be the A pop that's coming in here for the headliner for B&B. Waiting things out. It is just a one-player setup here from Axolotls, putting a lot more of that attention towards middle and also B. So this allows B&B to get into this site. The executes coming in. The nades are flying through the sky. But now Axolotls are here at the party. The full rotate's coming in. And Elk, he just needs to stay alive as long as he can to just shut this down and to just preserve these guys to stay in here and keep them stuck in the mud. But now it's going to be Consti that finds an opener.
First goal of 2 is achieved. Bomb plant down and a rush from Shake. Zula will dome 1, but it will not finish off Consti, who's still standing. Jumanji flash spraying away blind. Gets taken down by Pluto now, who picks up an upgrade. 3v2 to the favor of the Bad News Bears. Swan's D-goal, backhead shot to Polo. And Consti stuck trying to save now as there's no opportunity for him to win the round. No kit, 1 smoke, half his health. Bails out of here, gets out of dodge. And realizes this town ain't big enough for both him and the Bad News Bears. He's gonna try and save towards B, but where are the Bears flooding? Well, in towards Market. He's just gonna sit in kitchen now. Hopefully whip up something special with the M4 in the next round for the Bad News Bears. A furious response, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Strike right back, strike at the jugular, and go into a map number 2 with a convincing map 1 win. A map number 2 which Axolotls have not played on an HLTV linked match in 3 months' time.
It's a long time. It's a very, very long time. Whereas B&B, when they're on the T side, this isn't where, I said this before, they don't thrive on this. They put all the reservations here for CT side, so they got a bit of a lean. They got themselves quite a bit of a gap that they can have for the T side rounds, but they'll have to be careful. Consti does have that rifle ready to go, fully armored in. The triple players going underpass. Oh boy. But luckily, for B&B, they're not even there. Ready to go for the A exec. Pluto just going to be the lurk, so he's going to be able to get this one information at least. The nades are coming in now. Again, B&B just going for the old classic. One nade will come through, one smoke blocking off into jungle. There we go. The execute's there. Tender, can he find it? I don't know if he'll be able to, and Pluto's able to escape now.
Pluto's backed up, but he's going back in towards Connector, keeping an eye on the mid position. Spraying away, but he gets basically no damage at all for his efforts. Bomb's gonna go down here on the A side, but the nade and the spray doing a lot of damage. Bad News Bears clearing up. Shake needs to get that bomb down, but he's gonna get spammed through the wall, through the box by Tender. There's no kills for Bad News Bears. There was a flawless half by force buy back into it from Axolotls as they stand tall, get free gun donations across the board. And man, is that a disappointing, heartbreaking, gut-wrenching round for the Bad News Bears to lose.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing, my gut just turned from that. Something you don't want to see if you're a B&B fan, that's for sure. And the fact they don't even get 1 kill, not 1 single kill.
They barely did damage.
I'm just thinking that, I'm like, I think it was, what, Elk was the only person that took some damage, but everybody else was...
took like 40?
Oh, man. Just given that what the B&B squad had and what what they were rocking with, and they're the ones that got rocked, and now triple rifle's going to be available for B&B, so now it's a bit of a desperation. Double smoke, so they're going to have to be really careful on how they use these. Consti able to find a kill, takes down Swan. So there's one of the rifles right there. It's been removed, Boggs. I don't know if it's even retrievable at this point.
Not right now, not unless Pluto makes a big play here. They need to clear out. I mean, that's a great well-timed Molotov into Shake 2, who's going to burn to go through. Surely Tender's heard that. He's expecting the push in towards his sniper's nest as Pluto works his way up catwalk. The bomb still to be recovered for the Bad News Bears, and time is running out. The hourglass is running dry. Bomb's been picked up out towards middle. Polo spots the cross of Pluto, drops a smoke, and backs away to get right, just repositioning slowly and steadily. Kind of playing an opping path right there. You know, you take the first angle, fall back to the next angle, just fall back to the next angle. Don't need to give too much space over. Time on the actual take is going to be just below 20 seconds when the Bears actually start to execute. This is going to be dangerous. It's a great rotation here for Axolotls too. 3 players, 1 on top of logs, 1 on cat, 1 on site, and Consti's got the first. Pluto will finish off Consti. Jumanji will back away, but Polo in from Get Right is sending him out of dodge. Pluto traded back and forth. Momo 1v3, no time, it's gone. Trying to stay alive now. Will achieve that? Yes, he will. But it's small consolation for the Bad News Bears. Nice shots there from Momo in the end, but does it equate to anything really good for the Bad News Bears? No, it doesn't. He still has a $150 left in the tank. They're going to force up again. But Axolotls, if they win this round, are only 2 rounds shy of Bad News Bears.
Yeah, they gave the off to Consti too, so going back to an A hit again. We've seen this before. Their attention has just been focused on one side only. Elk on ticket. He's spotted. Now the molly comes in. The nades are going to be placed through. Consti just missing the shot now. B&B need to get their utility working, and now the mollies are coming in. Everything is just flying through, and Tender, he's able to find a kill. B&B not able to get the trade, but Tender's just coming alive. Down to 3 only, making it the 2, unless Spongy can do something. He's crossed into the site, but they have nothing to work with now. It's just a Glock.
Yeah, I was about to say, Pluto's a Glock and no armor.
Oh, dear God. Why?
This is... I mean, I would not want to be in Pluto's spot right now. AK, no armor. And everything to do. All 3 players in CT. Shadow's shown. He knows there's one there, but he misses the shots. He has to back away now. They're all just going to flood in from the same angle. And it's going to be another round on the board for the Axolotls. 2 rounds separating these 2 teams and a half by has to come through now from Bad News Bears. And where's the timeout from the Bad News Bears?
Where is it?
Hopefully either now or going to the next gun round. If they don't use a timeout at 11:10, which this should be a round for Axolotls. So let's theorycraft here. Say this is 11:10. If the Bears don't call a timeout going in there, Axolotls have a wide open map to try and tie this up and take this map going to overpass.
Yeah, we talked about, you know, B&B's T side on this map historically is not looking good. This one's a bit of a wash, and there you go. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're done, and now Axolotls put themselves double digits, 1 round away, like you said, from tying this thing up. And now we're going to see B&B. They got the money back on the board. Swan does have that funds for the op. He will commit to it. He's going to go with the utility available. Doesn't have the armor, obviously. Doesn't have the funds for it. So a bit of a risky one. But we've seen B&B. They just go for these A hits over and over. And now we'll have to see if they have a different strategy in the playbook for this one. The smokes are going to come through middle. Now they've been able to make it across. The bomb's just going to plant itself in the back of stairs. So not advancing anywhere. But look at how fast that some of these players made it to underpass.
They're down here quickly, but is it going to lead to anything? Momo dry peeking out of Palace, and that's the problem with that idea. If there's somebody watching, and you're watching the wrong angle, you're dead. Momo learns that one the hard way. Tender's been tenderizing Bad News Bears on the CT side, I'd like to add. Tender's been great for the Axolotls. And Elk and Consti are showing up too. So it's a good sign here for the Axolotls. Their players are showing up in spades. Bad News Bears working their way out to the B side now. Jumanji and Polo the ones to hold that one down. Swan leading the site entry with the op. hoping he can get somebody out towards bench, perhaps. Slowly but surely spots out one, doesn't catch the hand. Jumanji back behind empty pillar. 2 through apartments, 1 up on site as Pluto. Traded back nicely by Jumanji. 4v3 to Axolotls. Time is running dry. Swan's actually fallen. Shaken Spongy had to pull it all back alone. There's one coming up through apartments on the long flank. And the bomb's going to be planted for him perfectly as well. Elk is the one coming through T-Apps. Consti, though, caught a bit napping out on site. It all rests on Elk's shoulders, though. If Elk gets one, Tender has a wide open opportunity back in. Shake's watching for him, though he peeks too early. Elk has to do it all! And all he can muster is a headshot. Bad news bears, back in the win column.
Oh, we talked about burgers, and this is looking like one of the greasiest burgers I've ever seen. These rounds, I just can't even fathom. Like, it looks like Axolotls have it in the bag. They have full control of the situation, and then B&B somehow, some way, they just pick up the kills. Like you said, I thought Elk was going to be able to get that big flank. Not on the deck of cards right now, but we'll see what they got working here. And actually, it's going to be the full aggression. It's Polo. He's pushed up into middle. Pluto's making it across into mid box. I don't know if he spotted this, but Polo, he gets the timing right. He might be able to catch these players off guard. And now look at it, a little bit more. And reinforcements coming in. Polo's been exposed now, and they're just going to double swing this, and it's going to be Swan that actually wins it. Shake able to come in the back as well from underpass. So now, B&B have been able to get themselves some mid control. And now the push is coming in through B Hall and Spongy. I don't know if he spotted Jumanji. Look at this angle.
Oh boy.
1 and 2, and it's going to be just decimation.
Oh boy. The fact that this evens up into a 2v2 after all that. It's good for the Bad News Bears, and it's bad for Axolotls, because they kind of had the round in their favor at that point. All they have to do is just not get picked off. Jumanji holding the line for Shake to cross through. I don't know if he had a sound cue or something, but he's going to miss the timing now. Going back towards the site proper. Keeping an eye on apartments as Swan is going to try and cross. Looking for the logs player. Might have spotted Jumanji. No, Jumanji's tucked far enough. That was the boxes he saw. Shake still stuck in rat hole too. Swan will make noise. Caught off guard. The bomb falls down. And Shake, can he wear the crown? Pushes in for one. Jumanji onto site. 20 seconds on the clock. Jumanji just sitting and waiting, holding out towards market doors. Shake will make noise if he jumps out a window. Jumanji on the backside of empty. Shake just pushing in, pushing forward. Headshot delivered. Shake clutches up. He will wear the crown. But can Bad News Bears finish off this map? That is the question. Can they seal this one away? Can they finally pull off this T-side victory they need? They only need 6 on their T-side, Laz. They only need 3 more rounds here. And this one is going to have nothing for Axolotls to work with. Deagle, stock pistols. That is it.
And I mean, that last round was for Shake to get a quad. That was him just stepping it up. But we're just seeing a few of these mistakes now, but B&B realizing they're going against pistols, so this should be a quick one. I don't know, unless Tender does something crazy. I mean, we've seen it before. Finally, it gets annihilated. Polo by himself. And it's just sweet dreams here. And 2 rounds away from the map to be in favor for B&B. And for anybody wondering, this is the pause. This was, sorry, the map pick from Axolotls. We are going to have B&B going for the tech pause. So, a little bit of time now to kind of get things over with and kind of get some things readjusted now that the pressure is starting to build up, Boggs.
Yeah, this will also suffice as a bit of a timeout, too, for Axolotls. Talk things over. Slows down the momentum from the Bad News Bears, who have won 3 in a row here. Oh, technically there's not supposed to be communications, but it's online, so we can't exactly guarantee they're not talking.
Internet, please.
Whoop, whoop. Unfortunately there, but we'll see how things come through here for the Bears again. It's going to stall their momentum out 3 rounds in a row. And Shake has really started to put the team in the backpack here.
Yeah, I love it.
He's had some huge rounds. And
He
he's
really
not
has.
the guy you look to on this team to frag out, is he? Oh boy.
Oh, well. This just in from the sky view. Pluto had a fire alarm go off, and apparently it's false alarm, so everything's all good. PC's not on fire.
Not this
So
time,
probably-
anyway.
Yeah. So we should be back momentarily. But, you know, going back to your point, Boggs, I completely agree with you. I mean, Shake, I mean, we talk about him a lot. You know, these IGL, he has these glimpses of beauty. And I think so far in this game, he's really kicked it up. He's done a lot of good work. Like I said, a couple rounds ago was him getting the clutch and the quad to get them still with that big lead. And we saw Spongy had some good moments before. But, I mean, again, Shake was the one that, you know, almost took that round away when he played underneath balcony. So I've been super impressed with the way that he's been playing tonight.
Yeah, Shake's been playing out of his mind right now, actually topping the server in terms of overall kill count. But when you look at the overall kills distributed amongst the Bad News Bears, there are 4 kills separating Shake at the top from Momo at the bottom. 20, 19, 19, 17, 16. If only Pluto or Swan had one less kill, we'd have a perfect 28, 19, 18, 17, 16.
Almost.
Just goes to show how well they're playing as a team, though, in terms of putting up kills on the board. Also,
doing a little bit of juggling.
Yeah.
Not well, but he's doing it. A for effort. Oh, they're going to go for a fake. So they're going to have the smokes come in. They're going to pretend that they're doing their exec. And what they're going to do is get that bomb to advance right into the site. Look at this. There it is. Axolotls. They're biting this. Oh, they've completely bitten on this now. That was Jumanji that was in the site. So now he's giving it up. B&B, they got to move. They can get this site for free.
Jumanji's gonna try and punish, but he gets domed by Momos. Molotov going out. Molotovs from both sides, actually. Bomb plants will finally come through. It's a cat plant, which could be dangerous here considering Polo's position. It will go down, but it's to a 4v4. Momo's on 4 HP. Down in the red, finished off by Elk. Molotov prepped. Pluto holding the line. Trying to hold things down. Shake's actually popped out on A. There's 2 Bad News Bears players coming from middle. There's 2 Bad News players away from the site, but Pluto from bench is gonna have 2 on a plate. The Bad News Bears will finish off the round 15-10. One more is all they need to finish this one off. And Les, that was one of the weirdest B-site takes I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that it worked, not because of the planned cat retake, the cat hole that the Bears had planned, but because of one young Pluto sitting at bench and doming people.
Yeah, the guy sitting on the bench, he's just doing work, man. If he would have died, that would have been a huge shift, and that could have been things for Axolotls. But now everything's on the line here. The exec's coming through. Shaking to lead this. The Molly's going to be using to clear inside his sight. Double players underneath, and he's a little bit blind, but Elk's able to find one. A little bit of a drive-by. A little bit of a trade back, and still, Tender's there. They don't know he's been there. He hasn't made any noise. So he might try to be a bit of a Shake. See if he can take a page out of this. Do we see B&B have that discipline to clear this?
He's on the bricks. It's an off angle. It works! It works so well for Tender. Finally traded back by Swan, but only one. Momo in the 1v3 now. Axolotls looking to stay alive. It's a spray and pray for Momo's down to 22 HP. Low on ammunition as well. Sprays down one. Can't get the second up close and personal. Great reposition there from Polo. Axolotls survived to fight another day. The money for the Bad News Bears good enough for their full buy. Momo will get dropped by the likes of Pluto or by Spongy. But man, these rounds are coming down very, very messily. You called it a greasy burger, man. This one is just starting to just completely require a whole roll of napkins.
Oh, every single napkin. Those thick ones, too.
Oh yeah, at least the double ply.
Double ply. Ooh. Ooh, what do we have here? What do we got going on here? Bad News Bears. They're going to go up cat. They're just going to run it. Consti's going to get 1 kill. That's all he gets. And they're going to hit this B site again in Jumanji. Oh, Elk's running into one. And they're able to find double. Oh, no. What has happened? How is this gone to this position? And now Pluto has to come alive with the 1v2 clutch. He knows a player's in sight, but now he's just biding time. And Elk, he's got him pinched.
Oh, boy. He's out of it. He's at 1 HP and out of ammo. He's dead. Good lord. What is going on right now?
My brain. I just can't. I don't even understand.
Oh, man.
One player just shuts down that plan from Bad News Bears. And the pressure is starting to build up. They are starting to feel it. They got a 3-round lead, yes, but look at this. They have to save this round. They can't use anything for it.
They have nothing. This should be a 13 for Axolotls. Oh my gosh. If Axolotls take this one to overtime.
Oh man.
Surely they
call
win
it
the
a
map,
choke.
right?
Yeah. Wow. Let's see, Spongy. Not even gonna hit by the nade. Look at how split apart B and B are right now. This is just a feeler. They're trying to figure out what to do. I mean, Spongy's just banking on getting this kill. He's hoping this over aggression, this over peak. Oh, and now he's spotted. Look at Jumanji's just gonna play it safe. No reason for him to contest this. Oh, but they're gonna break the bomb here, Box. They're actually gonna commit to this?
I think they're hedging their bets on Pluto to work through middle. Maybe sending Shake through mid. Wait, they're gonna go 3 mid 2B? On pistols.
Okay. No utility, pistols.
If they get the pick in Sniper's Nest, maybe you open things up. It's still not going to be pretty.
Yeah, they got the window boost though.
Yeah, but Tender's watching for it. It's going to come down to just Tender not getting caught off guard here.
It's all about timing here. If they make the noise towards maybe like mid or connector, oh, that's not going to help. That's not going to help them.
Look at the
20
time.
seconds. Look at the time.
It's over. There's no way Axolotls lose this round. They have to clean this one up clean, and they're doing that right now. 3 kills going back for him, a 4th soon to follow. One last player lurking out towards Sniper's Nest. 1 kill for Pluto. Picks up an op, tosses it back, and time will expire here. What?
Did he just throw a nade on himself?
Yes, he did. I guess he wanted to not give a kill reward over to Axolotls, is my guess?
Oh. I'm lost for words. I'm just lost for words right now.
I don't know how to justify that one.
We'll have to ask. We'll have to ask him one day. Can you please run me down round 28 where you threw a nade on your feet?
Yeah, that one's round number 29. Here we go, folks. No op for either side. Tender hasn't had to do too much in the last couple of rounds.
It's back to the B split too. Look at this. This is the A fake, and this is where they're just going to go for the commit.
They ran up though. Axolotls know exactly what's happening. Look how far Tender's pushed up their middle. Momo's got one on site, but still the bomb has to go down, and Consti is trying to stop it. Polo chimes in as well. It's all down to Spongy, who's stuck in no man's land, out in the middle of T-spawn, wondering what happened to his team. All he hears is, "Guy here, guy here, guy here, we're all dead. Good luck, man. Have fun." Not a good spot for Spongy to be in. Not a good spot for Bad News Bears is look at their cash. They got nothing. They have literally nothing in the bank. No bomb plant's going to come through this round either. If Spongy gets a bomb plant, he wins the round because he'd have to kill everybody anyways to get that bomb down. We're going to round number 30 here.
Yeah, we're going.
This was 15-10, Les.
I know, and I don't know if I cursed it or we cursed it. But we talked about, you know, the T side not, again, the T side is not what B and B do well on as a group. But when you get to that 15th round, I mean, the pressure does start to get up, right? The mental game can kick in. And when things start not going your way, the frustration builds up very quickly. And I'm curious to know if B and B are going through that stage right now or not. But the fact that Axolotls have been able to pick up, 4 rounds in a row now in pretty much convincing fashion, that is a big feat here for the IGL.
Now, the thing that gets me the most is that Bad News Bears have not called a tactical timeout this entire time. Is this when they call a tactical? Is this their tactical? It is their tactical timeout. Round number 30, the last round of regulation, and they call a timeout at long last. You have 4 a game. They've been holding on to them. Man. Galils, AK, Tech 9, whatever Swan buys. It's rough for the Bears. A scout. A decoy.
You know things are bad when you buy a decoy.
Yep.
Let me throw a decoy. They'll never expect it.
It's gonna work as a fake flash, guys. Trust.
Just trust, bro. Okay. 4-1 split. You got Pluto in middle. Again, he's only got one flash, so it's not even like he's throwing a utility. Triple smokes that have been placed inside of mid. B&B now, they're going to go through a ramp. They got the 3-1 as well. Tender just waiting by firebox, and his nades are coming in. But look at Consti looking for 3. He finds 3, and there we go. It's overtime. We somehow get here. We're at overtime, and I don't even believe it at all, Boggs.
It was a great wrap up here from the Axolotls, a great 5-round streak, and man, they bring it back here. They bring it all the way back to a tie ball game. Now, gonna try finish this one off. I mean, the way this is going now, if Axolotls take this kind of energy into overpass, I don't care if they've never played the map before in an official. They can win it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, is both these teams, I said before, I mean, their CT sides are strong, and I think what we kind of got that glimpse of it, right? And B&B, honestly, they looked good. Like you said, I think they got, what, like 4 or 5 rounds on their T side, so things were looking pretty good. No, 5. But yeah, the fact that they just couldn't finish it out, and I mean, the thing is, too, is Axolotls, their composure just got stronger and stronger, and honestly, they started reading B&B like a book. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing, and they could read those executes, and they didn't even bite on it. It only worked one time, and that was it.
Yeah, there wasn't too much in terms of strategic depth from the Bad News Bears. It was a lot of hope we can get a pick from mid control, or hope we can just bust out onto a side, or hope they take the bait. And Axolotls read that pretty easy. They weren't daunted by it at all. They're like, hey, they're throwing utility, but if they don't peek, doesn't matter. Let's just go. So, good discipline from Axolotls, honestly, to not take the bait on those fakes.
Yeah, I think even the last, what was it, round 28, I think it was, or 27. I mean, you see that, you know, Jumanji, he just like throws the smoke, repositions himself, and he knew exactly what was coming in. He's like, this is the fake. This is where they're just faking the A exec, but they're just going to come right at B, and then he was able to just plow them. Like, he just annihilated these guys. It's things like that, the in-game sense that we're seeing from Axolotls, given their record. I said this before on the stream a couple weeks ago. I mean, this is still a team that can do a lot of work, and we're definitely seeing it against B&B, and this is a team, like we said in the pre-show, this is a team that came from Europe. This is a team that had a 2-month boot camp, and this is a big victory. Even though it's a tie game, this is still a big victory for Axolotls.
It's a huge win, and when you look up and down the lineups and you see Mirage coming through, you're probably favoring Bad News Bears here. You're thinking, all right, it's the Bears. They should have the advantage here, right? Didn't look that way to me at all. It looked very even. In fact, I would slightly favor the Axolotls when it comes down to the aim duels consistently. I feel like they have more players that are winning those duels than Bad News Bears do right now.
Axolotls are trading a lot more. We're seeing, again, just the crossfires a little bit better. Even the T side from Axolotls, again, even though B&B won that first half 10-5, it still didn't matter. The rounds were so close. Like, it wasn't like B&B were just running through them. Like, they barely survived it. They were limping to get those rounds.
Yeah, limping is a very apt description of it, and Pluto's going to get chunked down to 50 HP right off the rip here. Good nade towards top mid boxes. Bad News Bears really pumping the brakes here and playing incredibly stationary in the early going. Momo running around T-spawn, setting up for utility. Tosses that smoke out towards window. That will connect. It's a very late window smoke, though, and a good rotation up by Pluto, but Swan's ready for it, holding a pixel angle. Wins that, or rather, Polo, excuse me, there. Gets caught off. That's the secondary op of the Axolotls going for the double op setup here. Utility's going to rain on through. Consti's picked up one to trade it back. Jumanji just under the window, swings out for one, looking for a second towards truck. That's Spongy, and he's soaking up bullets like a sponge, and he will be ripped apart. Bomb down, time fleeting. Pluto up towards Catwalk. Finally finishes off one, but Consti comes in with one more kill. Shake with the op in a 1v3 in B Apartments. 16-15. Axolotls will grab 16 rounds first, surely. Shake's getting harangued from the player up on the logs. And now spammed by Elk even more until he's finally mowed down, walks into the spray. And Bad News Bears barely getting anything done out of that round. Kind of much of the same, just being read like a book. Axolotls getting a nice topographic map of whatever Bad News Bears are doing.
And this is what you said before. I mean, B&B, they need to get more in depth with their strategies here. And there we go. So we see the B hit that comes in. And right back at it. I don't even want to call it Old Faithful. Like, it's not even been faithful for these guys. I mean, they just go back to what they know. The old A pop, the old A exec to see what they can do with it. Nades are coming in. Now look at this. Axolotls have 4 players. They're already here. They're at the party. There's no VIP. They were already in it. They skipped the line. And now B&B, a little bit stuck for it, but they're going to wait things out. Consi gets the double boost, not able to find anything out of this at all, but Tender's going to be the one that gets the kill through the smoke. And Pluto, he's able to spam one through on top of Cat, so he brings it back to an even situation, but this is just chaotic.
It's pure and utter chaos, and that's kind of how it's been for the Bad News Bears for the last 7-8 rounds, and it's not good enough from the Bears right now. It's a must-win game for them to try and make the playoffs. And right now, it is a major struggle for them. Tender's going to get domed by Spongy. Good trade there back to bring it to actually a 4v3 in the favor of the Bad News Bears. But Elk's up close and personal. Spring away, he got 2! He got the headshot on a Spongy! That's a little bit of RNG right there, but it works out perfectly. Gets the man advantage back for Axolotls. Swan trades it to a 2v2, but he is low on health. And now going to get smoked off. Time is fleeting quickly. Consti and Polo double ops trying to make a retake happen. Momo sprang away, unable to connect the shot. No scope! Double no scope from Polo! 17-15. Axolotls are swimming away with Mirage. One more round and they sweep the entire thing on the CT side. And Laz, remember when it was 15-10 Bad News Bears?
Oh, how could I forget?
I forgot.
Oh, my heart just sinks. I mean, you gotta love it for Axolotls. The fact that they get double no-scope kills. Oh, man. It's just worse to wear now, and B&B, if they can pick up this round and get themselves moved over to the CT side, they need at least a round. They're banking on their CT side. I said this before. I'm a broken record. I get it, but it's important to note here for them. Flash is coming in. Now going to be smoking off top connector. So now they've been able to get themselves across catwalk if they want to. They don't have to commit to this, but I think it's actually going to be Shake now. He's getting himself closer and closer. Might just try to hang out there, camp things out. Bomb's going to get picked up now. What do we see B&B do? We've seen a lot of the B hits, the A fakes, the A execs, and Pluto is able to find a kill. A much needed entry too.
Momo gets a good headshot onto Elk, swings out, shuts down Consti. 2, Jumanji still staying alive, finally traded back. Polo somehow living as he dodges that one by Swan, and Bad News Bears swing through here and tie things up. So here we go. That's not a bad response at all for the Bad News Bears, and they do get one of the necessary one, really, that you need on your weaker side. Now if they can sweep out their CT half, they win it all. That still seems to be a very tall task, and Axolotls are looking incredibly good still despite that last round. It's not going to be a pretty picture here for the Bad News Bears. If Axolotls win 2, it's over. It's 1st to 19 here.
1st to 19, they only need 2 more to go. Things are switched over. B&B now. I mean, it's a 1-round difference here from a tie game, but they're going to have to really starting to kick this thing into overdrive. Op going to be available. Only 1 op will hand in for Swan. I was curious if Shake maybe wanted to mix things up. Back to the 2-2-1, having the 1 player towards B. I believe that's Momo, and that's going to be Swan with the early aggression. So now Axolotls, they're just going to keep on putting the pressure as well, but it's just going back and forth. The trades are happening. It's a 3-3. There's no advantage for anybody. The utility is available here for B&B, which is a good note. So they can go for that retake in some swift fashion, but will they be able to do it?
Shake's got the flash ready. Pluto finishes off Polo. Big pick now. Jumanji stuck towards Firebox. Consti as well. Nade should do some damage. Takes them both down a decent amount. Molotov flushing him out even more. Down to Jumanji. 1v3. Low HP on Pluto. Needs headshots for the rest. Stuck out towards jungle now around. Takes the low HP player up, but he's kind of put himself in a bad spot. Doesn't even have the bomb planted. And finished off there by Momo. 17-17. Bringing it back here. Little bit more. Bad News Bears need 2 more to finish this one off. Standing strong again. Maybe it's just CT side is where they have to make their magic happen. No T side luck for them. Op for Swan. No double op for the Bad News Bears. We haven't seen that, even though they do technically have the opportunity to do so with Momo at 10k. Rushing out mid, though, from Axolotls, changing up the pace a little bit. Still 1-3-1 default. The T side looking to get something early. Momo's pushing it through halls, though, through apartments, I should say. And Tender's just waiting for an apps or a halls palace pop. And, well, it's information for both sides. Bad News Bears do have the better of it, though.
Yeah, look at the positioning. It's 3 players towards A, so again, B&B kind of allowing that mid control. At least they got reinforcements. Oh, he gets taken out. Spongy goes for a big swing. He hits it, but he's down to 21. Swan, he's almost locked and loaded. He's almost able to find that lineup. Spongy for another! How does that happen? And even Shake is able to find one more too. All of a sudden, turn of the tide. B&B have woken up. When they put on the blue suit, they're looking good. And it's just down to 1 lonely player, and that's it. And B&B now have themselves at the map point. 1 more round to go, and they can take this thing back in their favor.
1 more round is all they need. But Axolotls only need 1 round to take this to overtime, too. They've battled back from a position such as this before. No reason they can't do it again. Op for Consti, op for Swan. 8Ks and 1 M4 for the Bad News Bears. First to 19 here. 18 gets us to overtime, too. Molotov burning out early. Heavy B stack early on from Bad News Bears, too. 3 of their 5 are on the B side, completely abandoning middle. That could be a bit of a problem here, especially as Axolotls are putting so much pressure towards the midpoint of the map. 2 through underpass, 2 towards top mid, leaving the bomb towards top mid. Nope, gathering it up and bringing it. This is looking like an A split, though, unless they just want to run up catwalk, in which case it's a brilliant read for Bad News Bears, having 3 players still on the B site. Smokes towards A, counter utility coming through. Boost into window, and now the B pressure starting to finally file, and Bad News Bears are staying on B. They're staying on B. They've not taken the bait. And Axolotls are swimming right into the trap.
Oh, the 3 players are still here. Axolotls. It's all down to this. Bomb finally gets picked up. They're creeping towards Cab B&B. They're all ready for it again. They're all just waiting here. Pluto able to find 1. Not more than that, though. Consti puts the ult to work. He's flexing a little bit. Elk's able to get 1 more kill, too. Now he's hanging inside a market. Swan finally able to swoop up 1-2. Is back to a 3-3. Bomb will be planted, but look at Shake. He's still waiting things out. He might be able to get the positioning of this player. He's waiting to find the B hold. He's able to find 2, and it's all just down to Consti. An up and a dream to keep themselves alive in this game. He spots the 1. Can he make it? He will not. He misses, and B&B will be able to take map number 1. And there we go. We're going to overpass.
We are going to overpass.